Before we get going, I want to give credit to Mike Farrington. He made a video on dust collection that had a lot of great tips, and one of those was to use an inline fan with a large canister filter as a shop air cleaner. Mine is going to be a lot smaller and less expensive, but I think it's still going to be very effective at cleaning the air in the shop. I'm deliberately not going out of my way to make this fancy. I'm just using scrap plywood. I've got a piece of 3/4 inch here, and I'll get the majority of what I need from that. And the fan that I'm using is what's known as a duct booster fan. This one is made to fit in a 6-inch pipe, but you can get bigger ones as well that will push more air. That first ring is to fasten the fan to the plywood frame, and I'm going to use that to lay out the hole in the second one, except I'm going to leave a bar across the middle so that I can put a threaded rod in there that will hold the filters in place. And the filters that I'm using are canister filters, but they're smaller ones for a shop vac. I bought 2 so that I can stack them one on top of the other. These didn't cost very much, and if you want to increase the filter capacity, you can always add more of them. I'm going to wire this up so that it turns on when I turn on the lights in the shop, but I also want to add a switch so that I can turn it off if I need to. I want to break in here real quick and ask that if you enjoy my videos and want a practical woodworking project to do, you can click the link in the description below, and for a limited time I'm giving away a free set of plans for my deck chair project. While they're still available, I'll send you the plans for this easy to build lawn chair, and you can make a set of these that are perfect for enjoying the great outdoors. So simply click the link in the description to get the plans, and hopefully they inspire your next woodworking project. The hole that I'm drilling here is for the 1/4 inch threaded rod that holds the filters in place. Then I can get the plywood frame fastened to the fan housing, just using screws driven through the plywood and into the metal. I need to make a cap that closes the end of the filters, and I'm just using a scrap of 1/2 inch plywood. Even though it really doesn't need it, I'm going to add a rabbet to the underside of the cap so that it keeps the filter centered. I'm going to use my router table with a 3/4 inch straight cutting bit, and to make the rabbet deeper, to fine tune the fit, just move the fence. Now that I have the cap made, I can put that in place and make a mark on the threaded rod so I can cut that off to the right length. While this is mainly to filter the air in my shop and be working continuously, I also had the idea to have it tilted down slightly and pointed towards my table saw. So that way it's pushing some fresh, clean air into the area where I'm standing to help clear the dust away while I'm using that tool. The cord that you see dangling down is what I'm going to plug the fan into, and that is wired into the lights in the ceiling, like I mentioned earlier. And it probably wasn't obvious when I put the switch in, but this also has a remote control.
Initial testing seemed positive. I think my plan will be to vent straight up during the winter to help push the warm air down, and add a 90-degree turn during the summer months to keep the cool air lower.